probably everybody else, I divide games and series into three broad categories. Those that I like, those that I don't, and the ones I don't honestly give a crap about either way. For me, Rayman's always fit in that latter category. I didn't have a PlayStation when it came out, and I never really bothered once I did. The increasingly shovelsome Rabbids games haven't exactly encouraged me to catch up either. Rayman Origins would similarly have slipped by, except my son played it a bit at a store and I realised it was a simultaneous two-player game. That makes it a good way to spend time with my child without any sort of burden of personal interaction or growth. I must say it surprised me, so I'll start with my conclusion and get all this dramatic tension out of the way. Rayman Origins is not only one of the best games I've played this year, but one of the best platform games I've played ever. It combines the music and charm of Loco Roco with the gameplay of Little Big Planet. And while on the subject of that game, I was pleased and surprised to note it's not two-player simultaneous play. It's up to 4. Origins is a platforming game, and if you've played one, there's not much more to describe. You jump on things, swing on things, punch things. While the genre has been in existence for 30 years, Origins impressively manages to add new things. I, for example, have never played a level where I jump through platforms as they're vomited up by a giant monster. That was new. There's repeatedly things that make me think, that's a nice idea, I like the way they've done that. Rayman Origins is very well presented on every level, in particular it's graphically stunning. Of special note is some underwater swimming sections, especially the deep underwater. There's no annoying worrying about breath like Sonic or whatever. Like an ex-girlfriend of mine, Rayman can stay down forever and with spectacular results. Much of the swimming here is leisurely and it's all very beautiful. The music in general is excellent, but this is a real standout. It's not all peaceful and reflective, of course, some of it can also be very tense. The structure of Rayman involves running through 4 themed areas, each of which has a number of levels. After you complete them, you unlock a new area in each theme and harder levels, and at the end's a boss. It sounds more complicated than it really is. Like the Occupy movement, the end goal is kind of vague and confused, but it's probably well worth doing anyway. The majority of the game involves general sort of platforming. You play on 2 essentially simultaneous difficulty levels. Getting through is easy enough, you just jump around and you punch things, and there's no really great challenge involved, especially early on. But if you want to actually get high scores and unlock all the stuff, you actually have to find all the hidden things. And while sometimes that just means careful exploration, it can also mean some seriously tricky platforming challenges. Playing multiplayer makes things quite a lot easier, as when you die you turn into a bubble and you can float over to the other player hoping that they bother rescuing you, a la Super Mario Wii, and this makes things a lot more forgiving. Aside from the general platforming and the aforementioned swimming, there is another gameplay style that's implemented here: chases. These come in 2 main flavours, the first being kind of just part of the gameplay flow. Fairies are captured in cages and you have to chase down and punch the bizarrely anthropomorphic cages in order to free the bizarrely over-sexualised strumpet trapped within. These aren't particularly hard, but within each area is a side level which is called a treasure chase. These treasure chases can and will make you want to tear out your own spine. Like an art student after a job, you have to leap through a bizarre obstacle course of chaos and confusion, timing every move perfectly to follow a clean and precise line. One slip and it's all over, and you will slip, and you will do it over. I haven't futilely trodden over the same well-worn, frustrating ground this often since I stopped debating creationists on YouTube. And yet, hard though it is, it never actually feels like it's the game robbing you. It just feels like it's hard. It's challenging, it's difficult, it is at times brutally difficult, but it is also fun. And really that's what it comes down to here. Rayman Origins is fun. It's fun by yourself, but it's more fun with a friend or 2 helping/hindering. Whether you want something to play with your kids or whether you just want to play it by yourself, Rayman Origins will almost certainly pleasantly surprise you. It is the most fun you can legally have with a child.